Hello, welcome to this week's vlog, and I can honestly say I feel about as good as I look. I am exhausted, brain drain, physically exhausted. I managed to do my back this morning. I haven't had a bad back for quite a while, and anyone with a bad back knows when your back goes it's blooming painful, and I think it's adding to my absolutely tired feeling, but I feel wiped out mentally and physically. Probably all the licensing work we've had to do recently, it's a brain drain for me, and busy. So the schools have stopped for a few weeks, and that gives me time to catch up with other stuff, and that means sort of building and doing stuff at Icarus Falconry, at Raptor Exotics, and actually in our house that we sort of moved into just over a year ago. So today's plan, not lift the van off the drive at all, do the whole flooring. So we've done the whole stairs and landing at home, carpeted the stairs and landing, and we put in wood flooring down in the hallway. Yeah, it kind of got a bit interrupted, and anyone that does DIY or building knows if you get your tools out when you start a job, you just want to get it done. You don't want to have interruptions and things, but due to various things, I've had to entertain some people, some great people actually. They came to pick up some false water cobras, and I'm now at Icarus Falconry because I've just had to go and collect 2 big chest freezers full of hawk food, which I've then had to put in the van, heavy work, get out the van here and put into our chest freezers. So my next job now is to drive about 40 minutes to Wicks's to get some materials to finish off the trim on the flooring, and then I'm going to have a shower and I'm going to sit down, and I'm probably going to force my eyelids apart so I don't fall asleep on the settee. Anyway, have a look. I'm going to flip the camera around. Have a look at this. So around the back of the Falconry Centre, my little, I guess it's just a little wildlife area, woodland wildlife, yeah, I know, but I needed it. My little woodland wildlife area, and it's looking really good. Now, it's not looking good because apparently it was the driest July for 200 years since records began. So it's not looking good as in it's lush and evergreen, but thanks to my friends Claire and Jason, we've got their old hardwood table round here for us and anyone else to sit on. And thanks so much to our gardeners, our new volunteer gardeners that, I don't know, they just work like Trojans, just for the love of it, and they are magnificent. They've cleared us a lovely path along here again. They've opened out the elders. There's a lot of light getting to the sort of mini woodland floor. They've cleared this bit off. No, they haven't. That's a lie. Graham did that. No, he didn't, because I always call him Graham. Malcolm cleared the nettles off of there for me. And between them all, they've got this place all sort of fresh and revitalised, ready to plant out woodland plants again. But look at the drought. You can see, look at these. Absolutely, basically, they're on their knees like I am. These things are all really suffering for lack of water. The countryside sure is dry. And even the woodland pond, it's never actually needed topping up. But I think I'll be topping it up if we don't get any rain soon. Lots of baby newts in there. Auntie Diane and Uncle Pete need to come back and get this blanket weed sorted out for me. One thing people do often say is, oh, don't fill your pond up, don't fill your wildlife pond up with tap water. It has chlorine in. Terrible for the wildlife. It makes not a jot of difference. Even that amount, even that. Maybe that's even probably a fifth of the pond. Won't make any difference whatsoever. A top up out of the hose pipe. Been keeping these things for an entire lifetime, believe you me. Anyway, the sky is blue. Everything's dry. It's like September. Jackie's been picking blackberries, absolute glut of blackberries local to us to make jam. Can you believe that? It's not even August yet. How ridiculous is that? Anyway, enjoy the rest of the vlog. Hopefully I'll be a bit more revitalised when you see me in a moment. Into the window, it's going to really hurt us both. Look at that. Give a round of applause. That was a good day today. You can have more than one. We're so poor, Jackie's having to eat the shrubs as we walk along. Look at that. Apple and blackberry crumble this winter. And some nice jams, if I know Jackie. Never mind the birds. I didn't sign up for that. Scary things. Old Jackie's picking blackberries. Having a look down the river. Not been down here for years, this bit of river. Literally a couple of minutes drive from our house, really. Loads of bird life, small songbirds for sure. It's widening out here, we've got all the duckweed, but further up, sort of tea-coloured, but really clear, full of roach. I'm sure there's plenty of other things in there. It's got a good flow on it. Loads of fish moving, but mostly small stuff. And loads of paddle boarders. I didn't realise quite how much paddle boarding had taken off. To the point, I think, if you fish this river, you'll be forever fishing the inside line a lot of the time. But lovely, lovely, quiet bit of wilderness. Really not wilderness, but countryside. Look at that. Where does that go? Foraging away. Last weekend at the Falconry Centre, pretty cool thing, doing a talk about British wildlife, and randomly a girl came and talked to me, asking me about Zeus the golden eagle and how we obtain our golden eagles here. Turns out she was a Kazakh lady, and she was talking to me all about Kazakh traditional eagle falconry in her home country. A really good natter. And I said, have you ever actually held a golden eagle? She said, not for quite a long time. Do you want to? Do you want to hold one? It would make my year, she said. I didn't know this bit was being recorded. Her fella was recording it while we were sort of just sorting it out, and I'm going to let you see it anyway. How lovely. It made my day talking to someone, traditional, the real homeland of golden eagle falconry, really that part of the world. And it makes me happy, making other people happy like that. Brilliant, brilliant experience.
Everywhere. It's normal.
In society, you mean?
The town as well.
Yeah.
And they just fly around town, I guess.
Yeah.
Just traditional falconry in Kazakhstan is golden eagle falconry. And they taught the world how to train and work with golden eagles. And we're talking only in like the 1930s for a lot of West, sort of World War II, sort of just before. Was how we've been keeping these in this country since medieval times and beyond. To say I'm the king, mine's bigger than what you've got. We couldn't fly them. They didn't know how to work with them. They were just a status symbol. And it was only the Kazakhstan and the Mongolian people that have been hunting with them for centuries, like sustainable hunting for themselves, food and fur. So Kazakhstani hood, you look so small now.
So that is why.
You need a little horse.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm worried about. If you get scared, he's going to try and fly. If he flies that way, you can brace yourself. If he flies this way, he'll scratch you by accident.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? So avoid that.
Yeah. It's, it should be very, I think, so you can very.
We'll just get a bit of space around. I'll leave him by your finger. So he's heavy. So you're going to grip that in there. Alright, grip that. And imagine the females are much bigger.
Yeah.
And then you're going to hold that in there. I'm going to just open your fingers up a bit. You're just going to wedge that in there. Can I get that in there? If he tries to fly, you're just going to hold on tightly. You'll let your arm go down. Relax.
Okay.
Just keep this higher than this, but let your arm go down by your side. You're going to wear a turn. Come around here quick. Before she snaps.
Yeah, it's very.
Very windy out here. We'll just put Sky through her paces. Now, I don't normally fly her. She might be a little bit nervous on the lure. Not too bad, a bit plucky. She normally just gets stuck in there. I've flown her a couple of times. She's only ever been flown by ladies. And often birds do know. They have for ladies or men, some birds, parrots included, really. So she's just having a little bit of a reward on the lure. And then we'll pick her up. So typically when I fly her, she won't commit to the lure. She'll fly around and around me, and she'll come in and do a pass. but not very committed, almost like, well, if I catch it, I'll end up having to sit in front of you anyway, and you make me nervous. That's just a time thing. She's settled now. Oh, look at that. So we're going to pick her up in a second. Get back in there, you. Oh, they're so cute, aren't they? Harvest mice. You got enough food? Cheeky monkey. They have little bouts of activity, maybe 20 minutes running around and about 20 minutes sleeping. Day and night. They're cathemeral. They're not nocturnal, they're not diurnal, they're out day and night feeding and resting. These are 2 boys. They're not breeding in there, they're just a little bit of information for our guests. One of our dear members of our British wildlife, you know, really, really cute and well known, and yet certainly need a bit of help nowadays in the wild. Quite widespread, but I guess quite localised. Thrived in the days of non-mechanical farming, of course, when a variety of weeds and seeds in every field, and things are different now, so good bit of set aside and a good bit of hedgerow. Good for these guys. So, busy making a bit of a mess this afternoon for, hopefully, towards the end of August, our polecats to turn up. It doesn't look like it now, but it's a huge enclosure that's going to be ordered out in a very polecat-y fashion. So, fitting all the, maybe not, fitting all the acrylic exterior onto loads of ventilation. Getting that done today. Watch this space. So it's all going on in the snake room still, lots of stuff still hatching. Let me show you the things that are actually pipping and hatching right now, this week. Absolutely amazing. And this is all filmed in sequence, like now, all at the same time. Enjoy. So here's the last batch of false water cobra eggs for the year. They're a little way off yet. Look in here. First time ever breeding Brooks king snakes. Look at that. Wonderful species of king snake. Speckled pattern. Doesn't grow too big. Really tough. Lovely pet snake. Well, again, something for the hobbyist that likes to breed colubrid snakes. Look at this. This week, normal Pueblo milk snakes. So the white bands, not the apricot bands. Look at that little one there. Look at that. Just coming out. First view of the world. What a cutie. Pretty snakes. Fantastic pet snakes. Keep these stunning colours all their life, and they don't grow too big. Not too big at all. So a really good pet snake, and a fascinating snake to breed if you like breeding snakes, because endless form and variety. We breed these every year, many times over. Let me show you something a little bit more, maybe special. Not that these aren't, of course. Look at these Vietnamese blue beauty snakes. Fantastic. Grow to over 10 feet long, and yet so slender it doesn't really make them a big snake. Really, really pretty baby Vietnamese blue beauties. Just hatching out from their eggs. What a wonderful sight. The best part, apart from the fascination of snake breeding, and of course the conservation aspect, which is huge, is seeing the little beauties hatch. African mud turtle certainly enjoying being outside, getting the natural UV rays, even if it is dappled sunshine in the raised pool. That's enough of that, he says. Have a look at these. These are 2 of our 3 common toads, the 2 females, and they've just had a lunch of mealworms. They get all kinds of insects, and some aren't dusted with vitamin and mineral powder to keep these guys nice and healthy. Wonderful, wonderful creatures. I think with toads, it's all in the eyes. They really are beautiful, beautiful things. Look at that. Common toad, not as common as they used to be in Britain. Certainly an animal you can truly help if you have a garden or a school field. You can do loads at home to help toads in your garden space. Really, really wonderful to have around. Lots of them around the Falconry Centre and lots of them in my garden. I'm pleased about that fact indeed. I still get a little bit of glee if I lift up a bit of wood or even a bit of rubbish in our sort of rubbish yard area where stuff goes before it goes to the skip, and I find a toad lurking underneath. Wonderful animals. This little one's harder to see because the lens won't focus. One of this year's captive bred great crested newts, soon to lose its gills and move on to land, enjoying the other small group of juveniles that we're growing on here. Great crested newts, certainly a favourite of mine when it comes to British, if not world beating, gorgeous wildlife. Oh, look at that. Like a mini axolotl. Just going to go and see my dad and his twin brother fishing. I was going to go fishing with them today. First time for about a year. The eczema on my hands is so bad, I don't really want it in water, bait or slimy fish all day. It is that bad. Oh look, oh, little animal across the road. So I've never been here. Let's go see if they've caught anything.
Say that as soon as it jumped out the water. You hit them and they jumped straight out.
Yeah, I heard it. You wouldn't believe it. They don't fight much, Brian, once they've done no initial fight, do they? Oh, it's all comedy going on.
Wouldn't put a tent in that.
Nice one. What a brief! Let's have a look. Oh.
No. Come off again, they come off as soon as you get them in the net.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I had some.
Perfect, isn't it?
I had some a couple of yeah.
There he goes.
Really kind of gets a massive one, but it's not a brain the way it's shooting down the lake. Yeah, it looks like a barber waste there in the could be tents to that area. Yeah. Don't feel really big, but I don't know.
Whoa.
Might be big enough, I don't know. That one come. I can't pull it. No, I don't know. The tents here I've had in photos like this. It's a barbel. It's not that big though. It's a barbel. I said it didn't go that big. Big to start with, but... Did you see it? No, it's a barbel. I see it's but anyhow. We got a guy. Yeah, I'm shaking as well. Yeah, I'll look up, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, we were saying earlier how good barbless hooks are for fish welfare and unhooking, but they make you twitch a bit when you have a nice fish on. Like Mortimer and Whitehouse all over again here. I say they are giant pond skaters here. Oh, look at that barbel. Let's get a bit lower down so we don't spook it.
It's going to come in a minute, I think. That'll come off. They don't pull too hard, they should just come off. You only usually just hook them, don't you?
And you know, the bend on the angle on that, and it's in still water as well, you know. Barbel are known for their using the current and being one of the strongest fighting coarse fish ever. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Still water barbel, still stunningly beautiful. Well done.
Oh, it's not that bad actually, is it? That's probably £4 pounder, but yeah.
Easy peasy disgorger.
He's jumping, he'll be in. Let me just get him out the net a bit. Yeah, I'd have. I said you have a net, a leaf on the net. Look at the tails on them, man. That one I've had a tail with all that.
Barbel, do you think? They're crazy, aren't they, how they fight?
Get it?
No, you get it, I'll net it. It'll come off if I touch it. No, it's like your one, it's just staying down. Oh, blimey, it's crazy, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's sleek looking, isn't it? You ran out, you got too much line in. Whoa, you're gonna be lucky. You're just gonna ping the hook out.
I've had him bigger than that in Waterloo. I was about, I think it was about £7 in Waterloo. But somebody reckons they're having £10 out there now.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Quick look at him.
It's got a slim old fish, isn't it? Look at the tail on that.
What a fantastic afternoon. I didn't actually fish myself, but among anglers, my dad, my uncle, seeing them catch some fish. Oh, the peace of the countryside. And what a fantastic little water. Not open to the public, word of mouth only, and they only allow 6 anglers at any day to fish here. So they're not commercialised in any way. There's no carp in here, no common carp. A variety of fish, and fish welfare is their absolute sort of mainstay, to the point they shut when the weather got really hot, so the fish weren't being caught at all when the oxygen levels were low. Lovely, lovely bit of tranquility and peace. Absolutely fantastic. And all the boys fishing, brilliant to talk to, and just watching those guys catch some fish. Anyway, I'm out of here. I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. Check out all the playlists, check out the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.